Beautiful people, this is Lynn Afros. Thank you for coming back to check on my videos once again. I do not take it for granted. If you've not subscribed, please consider doing so and watch till the end. Building is a gradual, never-ending process. It's not uncommon to build and rebuild severally before settling on a final product. Second guessing comes naturally as designs and preferences are forever changing, at least in my experience. This is home, and we've been here for the last about 2 years and counting, and we've never really had a permanent perimeter wall. This space was initially formless, demarcated by the village's most trusted beacons, sisal plants, also known as makonge. If you dare approach these plants without consulting, accident or no accident, you'll be inviting serious trouble. That's the security, in quotes, we enjoyed for a while when we first acquired the land. And then came the barbed wire and posts. This did not last because the posts were not treated. So over time, they started to fall down. Lucky for us, there was a part of the fence that already had a live fence with thorns, and that has been holding forth until now. And then we had to find some temporary demarcation. We went for these posts, but they're also not permanent, so to say. So it's really a long process. Before you get your wall secured, it's a long walk, so to say. Because apparently building a perimeter wall is so costly. It could easily compete favorably with your building, the major building, considering the size of your land, of course. That's especially if you're going the blocks way or the bricks way and not the live fence way or the barbed wire way. You can also do wire mesh. There's so many options. A live fence is better and cheaper. Not so cheap also, because you have to acquire the seedlings unless you raise them in your nursery bed at home by yourself. Because if you consider planting enough seedlings to go around the compound, that's going to be a lot of seedlings. Even if one was going for 10 bob or 5 bob, these Kenyan shillings, of course, it's still costly. And so we decided to do this gradually. And as I said earlier, it was a lot of second guessing. At first, we considered Makiga bricks. They sounded fancy. And then we acquired the machine and we started making the blocks. And that went well until we did part of the fence with the Makiga blocks. But there were strong winds at the time that made us realize that this might not be the strongest option that we have. If we're looking for a permanent solution, this is not it. Because the strong winds broke down the part of the wall, came down during construction, and the bricks, the Makiga blocks, broke. And then the ones we had in store were also waterlogged by excessive water by the rain, from the rains. And over time, they also fell down and broke. So we had to reconsider and to honestly review using the Makiga blocks for construction. I am not saying that they're not strong enough. Maybe the conditions here are not favorable. Other people might have used this successfully. We still have part of the wall using the Makiga blocks, and we're not planning on bringing it down, but we considered the strong winds that this area experiences from time to time. And because this other wall, part of the wall is open and exposed, there are no windbreakers around. At least for the part that we already brought up, the house acts as a windbreaker. and that gives us some sense of security. Of course, ni God, but still, you have to be more realistic. Now, for the open part, we then decided to go for blocks, and we were lucky enough to find one that to find a person that was able to come home and make the blocks for us. It was a bit cheaper than buying the blocks from Nairobi, and that's what we are doing now. Hey, it's been a long process, and finally we are here. It's a home stretch for us. So this other part of the wall is coming up, and soon we're going to have a perimeter wall around the premises, and I'm so excited. I can't wait for that sense of security and privacy, because we are right by the main road around here in the village. And of course, the security, we've not had so many security issues, but when you have an open space so accessible to the road, huh, people feel like it's okay to just walk in and out, especially at night, and help themselves to whatever they find. We've lost a few items because of that, and we hope that by putting up or erecting the wall, then we're going to have some form of security at least. But majorly, it's the privacy for me, because it's home. You want home to feel private and safe and comfortable, and that's what the wall will do for us. So this is a major milestone. Help me celebrate. But of course, it's not going to be so simple again, because building is a whole process. So you go step by step. Usijiwe, don't push too much. Whatever works, whatever doesn't, there's always tomorrow. Especially for now, the gate, we gotta do a beautiful gate, a strong gate, but that comes at a high cost. And once the wall is up, you can also pause again and wait for your pocket to be refilled by whichever source of income you enjoy, and then you go back and do it. But honestly, if the money could allow, the best way to go about it is to just do it at once. That will save you a lot. Even it's even less costly. But what if you can't? Then does it mean you will never? There's that joke that if the money you have cannot solve your problems, eat that money. So what if you eat it? Then you may never, probably you could ever do this thing when the cash allows, but starting step by step is also an option, and that's the option we are taking right now. Have you built a perimeter wall before? How has your experience been? What was your experience? Were you able to do it all at once? Did it come before or after the house? What should come before the other? I believe the perimeter wall should come first, but in our case, we decided to go for the house first, and then the perimeter wall is now coming up. It could have been different for you. Let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching till this far. Until the next one, it's bye from me. Love you all.